Let's do a horrible thought experiment together. Imagine that you are a narcissistic psychopath. You have no morality whatsoever. Moral issues do not concern you at all. You want what you want, and you are prepared to do anything to get what you want. This is called Machiavellianism. And as you're getting what you want, and people around you suffer while you gaslight them, deceive them, and trick them into fulfilling your intentions, you actually get sadistic pleasure from doing that. Along the way, in this thought experiment that you're engaged in now, you imagine you are this type of a person. Could you or would you pretend to apologize in order to get what you want? So put yourself in the mindset of a narcissistic psychopath with no morality whatsoever. Could you or would you say the words, "I'm sorry for what I did," if it meant that you were going to get what you want? Now, when we say get what you want, when we're talking about narcissistic psychopathy, which is a frequently comorbid combination, narcissism with psychopathy or antisocial personality disorder, they want in a way that most of us don't understand. Most of us would have more normal, natural, healthy needs within us for connection, for authenticity, for contribution. They are empty, they are numb, and what fills them is desire, but not your normal desire. It's like a super state of desire. It's a super wantingness. They want in a way that tortures them, and that makes them very, very goal orientated, because their whole central nervous system, their mind, their body, their soul, their thoughts, words, and deeds are aligned with this objective. They want to achieve the objective in a way that's hard for the rest of us to fully grasp. Once you've taken yourself to that state, I think it's pretty clear, isn't it, that you could or would apologize and say the words, "I'm sorry," if it's going to help your agenda move forward. What's not happening with the narcissist's Fauxpology is what you would expect to happen with a normal person. If I did something wrong and I apologized to you for it, I would be acknowledging that you were in pain. I would be empathic to the fact that I had caused you pain. And presumably I didn't mean to. Or if I did mean to, I would then have to apologize for that as well. I was in a moment of rage. I said something I knew it was hurtful, and I wanted to hurt you in that moment. I'm sorry that I hurt you, and I'm sorry that I wanted to hurt you. You would have two levels of accountability there. With narcissistic psychopaths, there's 0 levels of accountability. There would also be remorse, presumably. If I've done something to hurt you, and it's not really my intention generally, outside of some emotional flashback or some mood swing, or, you know, we're all humans, we all have our bad moments where I'm just shadow possessed for a moment. But generally outside of that, I don't want to hurt you, I would feel bad. I would feel guilty. I would probably feel ashamed, and I would feel remorse and grief for having caused you pain. And in that remorse and grief for having done the wrong thing, my internal system would try to recalibrate and remap how to behave in the future, because I hurt you. And the fact that I hurt you, well, that hurt me, and that cost me. And at a biological, evolutionary survival level, I don't want pain and I don't want cost. I better think about this. I better take it away, think about it, and over a period of time, recalibrate my internal map. So not so that I never do this again. That's unrealistic to expect that a human being can't make the same mistake twice, but that I'm much less likely to do it again. And that if I do it again, I don't deny that I did it. And I don't deny the intent with which it was done. I acknowledge that there is something that needs to be changed. Where there is remorse, where there is authenticity, then there is vulnerability. And then you're dealing with a person, however fallible, however flawed, however prone to rage or vindictiveness, or God knows, maybe they were bullied as a kid. They internalize that, and they can turn, and they can be a little bit bullying with you or with others under the right circumstances. Okay, we can work through that. We can deal with that if it's real and if it's authentic. But where there is authenticity, vulnerability, and actual remorse, there is a chance to change future behavior. If the apology has no impact on my future behavior, the apology is worth nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that was useful. Thank you for your time and for your attention. I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Cheers.